If you don't wanna play Jeopardy, you wanna take off, feel free. Study for that practical. Let's see, what do we got? Fundamentals of the nervous system, nervous tissue. Cool. Any particular spots you wanna start?
Mixed bag.
What was it?
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag? 100?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright. And some of these don't pertain to us, but man, whatever. Ooh, this one we can get.
Peripheral.
What's the exception? It means for, this for diploma. D for diploma. Microglia, where, those are only found where?
Central
See ya.
nervous system.
What are microglial? Oh,
What's the macrophages?
yeah, they go around eat stuff. Oh. This one we didn't really go over, well, not really, we didn't go over this one, but maybe you picked it up in a reading. I think it was in the Fin and the QSET actually. But it's, we're not gonna be held accountable for it. So we're looking for rare, we're looking for the ones that are rare. Uni, oh, bi, oops, I mean, by uni, I mean bi. Yeah, bipolar, multipolar, most abundant, tripolar, that's just a made up one. Yeah, we don't have to worry about those. This one we should be able to get,
Unmyelinated axons.
unless they use different names.
Yeah, unmyelinated axon.
No. We got this one.
Yep.
Maybe, I mean. So nodes of red beer, what are they in between?
Axons and dendrites.
They're between the Schwann cells or the myelin sheath
They're
gaps.
between the Schwann cells. Schwann cells are only associated with the
Myelinated axons.
myelinated axon in the peripheral nervous system. Good. So, another name for Schwann cells are neurolemocytes. That should help.
Okay, so central nervous, so axons of the central nervous system, then, right?
Schwann cells are only in the
Peripheral.
peripheral.
But you said neurolemmas. Oh, I was thinking. Okay.
Axons of the peripheral nervous system. So neurolemocytes, they're like another name for Schwann cells. They myelinate axons in the peripheral nervous system. Again, that wouldn't really be us either. Good test taking skill. We're looking for the thing that's false.
D. They travel faster on myelinated fibers, so that's got to be false.
Ah. So look at D. Do they travel slowly in myelinated fibers?
Nope.
No, it's fast. Faster. Ugh.
Pyogenic amines.
Good luck with this one. I'm gonna click it. So, oh, we're looking for the thing that says not. No, not this one either. But maybe you'll see this in a different class.
Endorphins. That's what I'm thinking, endorphins.
Actually, I wonder, opiates, what are they gonna make you feel? Good.
Yep.
You might have heard the term endorphins before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incoming information is spread around or amplified.
Just the term.
Reverberating.
Again, this isn't us, but it says it's spread.
Reverberating? Oh, I could see.
When you're spreading,
Okay.
diverge. What if it was coming together?
Converging.
Yeah, converging.
Well, yeah, that's also a tricky one, cause this is amplified, so like reverb is like.
Yeah, I was thinking like amplifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhythmic activities, maybe that's reverberating
Yeah,
for the
that's what I
rhythmic.
mean.
Reverberating.
Yeah,
Cause it goes
Rhythmic
back. Yeah.
activities, yeah.
that
Good.
makes sense. Examples of which
Now,
acetylcholinesterase.
you wanna figure it out?
I wanna try.
Yeah,
I wanna
I'm
try
all
my
that.
best.
All we got is time, anyway.
Yeah.
THYME. Time.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
I actually have a recipe that I made with time. I think it's
We looked at this before.
Yeah.
Remember acetylcholinesterase?
Yeah.
That breaks down the acetylcholine.
Yep.
Let me click it.
Yep. Click it.
Yeah. Oh. That's right.
Presynaptic and postsynaptic membrane.
This one would be a good one.
Synaptic cleft. Is that the
So
cleft?
that space between,
That's it.
reminded me of a singer from my era, a musician, Wyclef Jean.
Who?
Wyclef Jean, he was a singer. You always look him up.
When is your time, like, what music era, what music time?
Oh, the
70s,
flannel shirt
80s.
era.
Oh, that's not
90s.
Oh, 90s, okay.
About 15 years before most of you were born.
I listened to music way before that, so.
I got 40s Junction on my radio.
I listened to music way before that.
Listens to Patsy Cline.
Oh, that was my grandpa.
I listened to Beethoven.
Listen, little.
He loves her so much.
Sodium.
The presynaptic neuron releases
Sodium?
neurotransmitters in response to an influx. Oh, yeah, we can get this one too.
Sodium.
Yeah, calcium.
Oh, calcium. IPSP.
Maybe. We didn't really get
Become more permeable
inhibitory.
too.
Postsynaptic membrane to become more permeable to.
Sodium is.
Sodium and potassium.
Let me make sure I read this right. Postsynaptic membrane. Yeah. Potassium. And it's more permeable to potassium. Which way is potassium going?
In.
If it's inhibitory, you're gonna be kicking more potassium out. Sodium comes in to depolarize. If you're going to inhibit, you can kick more out. And it could even hyperpolarize.
More than one terminal. Oh, spatial.
Okay, this one we can get.
Spatial summation.
So we did two types of summation. We did temporal and we did spatial. One just increases in frequency. The other one comes from multiple sources or multiple stimulated by more than one terminal, multiple terminals, or more than one neuron. So we know it's not C or D.
B.
Which one came from more than one? Spatial, multiple space. multiple. So we're looking at inhibit, and we're finding the exception.
Depolarization.
Except.
Um,
I think it's deep.
let's see.
What's depolarization?
It's going up.
That's like the upslope.
Upslope.
That's after an action potential. So it's depolarization. The other one, IPSPs, what the heck's that?
Inhibiting
Inhibitory
postsynaptic.
potentials, yeah.
Oh.
I thought that you,
Then you have excitatory.
Yep, EPSP.
I thought you couldn't, after you reach the depolarization, I thought you couldn't get another action potential until after it's repolarized. Or am I thinking of something else?
Generation of an action potential can be inhibited by all of the following steps. So when you're depolarizing, that action potential is already going. Then you had the refractory
Refractory period.
periods. You had the absolute was the first one, then relative was after that one. So you could potentially stimulate it. But if you're going to inhibit it, we can inhibit that potential. Presynaptic inhibition, so that's just another preventing it or making you more permeable to maybe chlorine or potassium. Hyperpolarization, that's when you dip down below, so you need a stronger stimulus to reach you to threshold.
Um,
-70 to -40.
So
It
we're-
was,
-70, then we go to -40. Think about that on a graph, and which direction would that?
it's gonna be
draw the
depolarization.
line, down or up?
Is it depolarization, right?
So you're depolarizing.
A little more.
So inside versus outside, what do we have more inside?
Potassium inside. And
I heard it. Potassium. What do you have more outside than inside?
the
Yeah. Good.
repolarization, there's a decrease in the membrane permeability to sodium.
So which way we going, up or down?
Down, so
Going
your
down.
sodium channels are gonna close, right? So the
Sodium channels
permeability,
close.
so it's gonna be, the decrease is gonna be to the sodium, right?
Decreased permeability to sodium. What'll increase in permeability?
The potassium.
Potassium. Good.
Resting potential.
A majority of our ATP that we
Sodium
produce
potassium pump.
goes to this.
so potassium pump.
This goes to this pump.
The sodium potassium pump.
Sodium potassium pump. Yeah. No, good luck on this one.
Oh, I remember we did this one before. I think it was either A or D.
Did we do this one before?
When we did this chapter.
Oh, good. I don't even remember doing this. I was like, oh, these are kind of good ones.
This is the
Repair
one
of
I
the
remember this
myelin
one. I don't know
sheaths.
why.
Multiple sclerosis. I'm not good with things like this, so what's that do? Does anybody know?
That's the degradation of,
It's the decrease in myelination.
Decrease in myelination?
so I think it's, yeah, A or D.
Let's
I
see.
don't believe there was, you can't repair myelin, so that's why it's so serious.
Mm.
No, that's not right, cause you can't repair myelin, as far as we know.
Depending on where it occurs,
Yeah.
that's because you make that little, you regenerate. If it's close to the cell body, it's like, but if it's down the axon a little bit more, you can make that little neural tube and you get these little,
Yeah.
these little rootlets growing.
It regenerates the axon, right?
Make another, yeah, that's part from the axon, yeah. Woo. Ready for this?
Yep.
I don't know which one I'd pick. I'll say A, regeneration. 'Cause, I got my fingers crossed. Ooh! Yeah, I got nothing. Spontaneous appearance of, yeah,
Spontaneous appearance of a protein.
I don't know, I have to look that one up if you're interested.
Neuroglial.
Oh, this one, we got this one. So, neuroglial cells, nerve glue, sometimes just referred to as glial cells. There's two in the central nervous system and one in the peripheral nervous system, the other one doesn't belong. Perikaryotes. I mean, maybe, yes, it's D.
Maybe.
Things that you can see. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a chromatophilic substance. When you're observing this little things. Yeah, here, I'm gonna click it. Cell bodies. So when you see all those little organelles, this one we'll get.
On the dendrites.
What's the other name for terminal arborizations?
Synaptic
Telo-
terminal. Telodendria.
Telodendria. Telodendria or terminal arborizations.
So neural
Now, see how
dendrites.
wet end we're at.
D.
So think of an axon or an entire neuron, maybe a multipolar neuron. What's coming off the cell body?
Dendrites.
Dendrites. All right, so you got dendrites, you got cell body, then that long central process, what was that called?
Axon.
Axon. Then you'd have those branches off the axon called terminal arborizations or telodendria, then that enlarged knob at the end, synaptic terminal. So where are these things found? The axons,
Oh.
or at least the end portions of them. Yeah, that's good enough.
It's the end. It's
Oh, look at this
oligodendrocytes.
one.
C.
What makes myelin in the central nervous system?
Oligodendrocytes.
Oligodendrocytes. What makes myelin in the peripheral nervous system?
Schwann cells.
Schwann cells. We've got this one too.
Ventricles of the brain. Ependymal cells.
So we're lining ventricles. We're starting to form the choroid plexus in the ventricles.
Ependymal cells, right?
Yep. The ependymal cells. Final round, who knows what this will be?
Presynaptic inhibition.
Synaptic, oh, removal of neurotransmitter. Yeah,
It's gotta be D.
we're finding the exception, correct, D. So we can reuptake, diffuse away, oh, it says enzymatic degradation. We looked at acetylcholinesterase, breaking that neurotransmitter acetylcholine down. There's that one, nice job, we're all winners here. Oh. What did I do there? and download the game for that one. 2 over 13? Yes. Man, I don't even remember my password to get on the sites. Any particular spot you wanna start here?
Yeah.
Nerves and the
What is it?
nerves and the I know, start somewhere in the middle.
Cranial nerves and nerves.
Sure. Upper limbs are from the brachial plexus.
Upper limbs, brachial plexus.
Cranial nerve, numb during dental work. Trigeminal.
Yep. This one's tried to be tricky, because what's a knee-jerk reaction?
Facial.
Yeah, facial, but what is it?
Trigeminal.
Trigeminal.
Five, so B, right? Isn't oh, it was
What's the
facial.
name of C?
Oh, trigeminal.
Facial.
Yeah, that's what
Good.
it is. Swallowing.
There's taste for multiple, but
Hypoglossal
with
and
swallow-
glossopharyngeal.
What's
So
A? What's the name for A? Glossopharyngeal. Nice.
ulnar.
Ulnar nerve. Oh, we got these.
Afferent. Afferent.
We're going, which direction? Are we
To
going?
the CNS is A.
We're going towards the CNS?
Mm-hmm.
Afferent, yeah. What's another word for afferent?
Sensory.
Sensory, good. We got this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Beat this one to death. Ganglion.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call them in the central nervous system?
Ner-
Nucleus. This one, we're covering a neuron, not a nerve, but a neuron.
Neurolemma. Isn't that what?
So it's a single neuron or nerve fiber.
Perineum or neurolemma.
And I might have said it already, I don't know. Connective tissue covering that surrounds the myelin sheaths of a neuron. So an individual, one fiber, maybe think skeletal muscle too, except it's not myo, it's
Endoneurium.
neurium. Endoneurium. What if it was a bundle of neurons? What would that be?
Perineurium.
Peri. Then you made a what?
A fascicle.
Fascicle. You get bundles of fasciculi together, what do you make?
The epineurium.
Epineurium, and that makes a
nerve.
nerve. We didn't really, we looked at it quickly.
Axons in the peripheral. So,
So
C.
it's, I don't wanna say easier, it's more likely to regenerate in this particular division
So-
of the nervous system.
Axons in the
C.
Regeneration in the nervous system is restricted to axons, yes,
In
and
the peripheral.
in the peripheral nervous system, good.
That's why spinal injuries are so serious.
You know, spinal injuries are scary. Ooh, nociceptors,
Pain. D.
noxious stimuli, pain.
Outside of the body.
Outside
or
of the body,
Exteroceptors.
they're exiting the body, they're on the outside.
Unencapsulated receptor.
No, you get this one.
The
Unencapsulated, so
bulb.
it's not wrapped with anything.
The tactile disc.
Tactile, yeah.
Ascending is the circuit level.
So ascending pathways make up which level of sensory integration?
A circuit level
Ascending pathways.
or receptor level? I feel like I remember circuit level for some reason.
With this one, you're going up, so we know it's a sensory. When you get to the ascending pathway, you're actually in that spinal cord. And we had those three levels. We had the receptor level, the circuit level, and perceptual level. That middle one, it should be circuit level. So that's in the middle, that's in that actual spinal cord. Receptor takes it from the periphery towards the central nervous system. Then it ascends in this circuit level.
And then
till it
it's
reaches-
perception.
Yeah, the perceptual. And that post-central gyrus. Oh, I totally didn't do the 500 here.
Go for it.
Double check the grade book, because before I clicked on that. Did we do this one?
No.
No.
Good grief. Thought we did.
Intensity. Quality.
What do we got? The intensity of a stimulus. Oh,
Magnitude. Intensity is magnitude.
yeah, we didn't talk about this, but you figured it out, magnitude. So how intense is it? Just a mild, moderate, severe, on a scale of 1 to 10.
2 point is spatial.
2-point discrimination.
Spatial, right?
Uh,
Or
yes. Spatial. The one that, you might have looked at pattern, but pattern, what would that be? Be like,
Like
oh, hey, I
facial
recognize you.
recognition, right?
Hey, yeah, I recognize you.
Motor control.
Hey, good luck with this one.
I don't know.
Highest level. Let's see, what would I pick?
I think 3 times. Because then you can't control.
Hierarchy of motor control. I'd flip a coin. Well, which one? Yeah, I don't know. Wanna take a guess?
I agree. See.
Motor
Because
control.
it's involuntary and it's stronger usually.
I don't wanna click on it yet. I'm trying to get my brain out of sleep mode. I don't even know if I know this answer. I'm looking for these, but I don't give any more of these right now. Let's see, here we go. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
I picked E.
Acquired.
It says reflex that results from practice.
Acquired.
So you might think muscle memory or something like that.
It's gotta be B.
Maybe. We looked at it for about maybe 2 minutes, way back at the beginning of the semester.
B.
Oh, no, I lied, we did it. Ready for this one?
B or C.
I think of my wife on this one, C for Carrie.
Pattern. Generators type of
Again, this one we didn't do.
rhythmic.
Pattern generators, which type of movement?
I'm saying rhythmic.
Neat, rhythm. Faults, somatic reflexes, okay, we might be able to get this one. Somatic, how many steps are there?
5.
5. Sensory receptor, sensory neuron, integration center, motor neuron, or efferent neuron, and then the effector organ. We're looking for the faults. This is monosynaptic or polysynaptic? What's monosynaptic?
1 synapse.
One synapse. What's poly?
Many,
Could be
multiple.
so it can branch. So we know those reflexes can spread to lefts and rights. They could be contralateral, ipsilateral, or both.
I think C is false.
Which one? We're looking for the faults.
Yeah.
What is the answer?
C?
Oh,
Doesn't
it says
C,
it's not
doesn't the
part. It says
CNS
it's not
have
part.
a reflex arc too, right?
The
Or-
CNS is part of it. That's the integration.
Yeah,
center.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I was going, wait a minute, what am I doing here? But it says CNS is not part. Good.
Crossed extensor,
Yeah.
D.
You step on some broken glass, that's the cross extensor. We didn't dig into the location of these.
B or
Just
C.
mentioned it briefly.
Stretch reflex.
Stretch reflex, we can cross out some of these.
So A and D are gonna go.
A and
So
B are gone,
B or
right?
C.
So it's either B or C. Stretch reflex,
Tendon. C. Ooh, I don't know.
I'll build the suspense. So think, I don't wanna say what's stretching, but, what's, maybe think back to the picture.
I feel like tendon stretch was something we talked about, or at least was in the PowerPoints of the book. I don't know.
Yeah, we looked at a stretch, and then we also looked at a reflex where you tap that patellar ligament. So one was just a stretch, one was tapping a tendon. So this one, when you're stretching,
Oh,
it's in those
okay.
muscle spindles. So that muscle's stretching. Then it gets to a point where your body's like, wait a minute, we might be overstretching, and then maybe it'll contract.
Increase in muscle. That stretch reflex, right?
Oh, I found.
Now this one, it says, so the muscle is, now it's relaxing. So we are telling it not to contract. So like this, you get these kind of, you're bobbing in here, like, oh. So your muscle gets to a point where it's stretching too much, and then you gotta contract it. But now you're stretching it, gets to a point, then you're causing it to stop and relax. Oh, now that I'm looking at these. The way that I was just explaining it wasn't very good, because it might be leading you away from one thing.
Stretch reflex.
I'm thinking A. Oh, okay. We didn't talk about that at all.
So in your tendon, it's gonna feel that stretch, and it's gonna say, well, we need to cause this thing to relax, to hopefully reduce tension and prevent damage. Yeah,
I found the answer to the question about how there are the sodium channels that are produced spontaneously
Occurs on the same
from the
side of
MS
the body.
remission.
Ipsilateral.
oh, yeah.
So what happens is that what they notice is that there are sodium channel prenodes, so they're not functional, but they're there. And then the oligodendrocytes release what's called the oligodendroglial secreted factors that activate the channels. So they're always there, but they're just not functional until it releases a secretion factor.
Huh,
So.
interesting. Oh, here's a term that I said we wouldn't. in
Ipsilateral.
AP1,
C.
Lab 1, I said we're gonna use this in AP 2 for one chapter.
Yep.
Here we are using it again this year. Are we on opposite or the same?
Same.
Same, what's same?
Ipsilateral.
Ipsilateral. What's opposite?
Contralateral.
Contralateral, good. antagonistic
Reciprocal
muscles are
inhibition?
inhibited during reflexes. This is known as
Reciprocal inhibition.
reciprocal inhibition. Nice. Final round.
Dermatome. D.
Dermatome. Yep. What about the muscle of a particular area? It's not a dermatome, it's a
Myotome.
myotome. Yeah, dermatome, myotomes. Dermatome by a single spinal. Nice. There's also something that I might have had and getting over with that follows nerve roots. Shingles. So I had a little rash following whatever nerve root that is. T something. T111. T111. Oh, what do we got?
It's
That
ten.
was
Yeah.
whatever chapter that was. That was chapter
Thir-
11.
13. Yeah.
That was chapter 13, I mean.
We
Oh,
just,
that
yeah,
was
we
the
just did that one.
repetition. Yeah, repetition. Wait, what am I? Ooh, autonomic. Intro.
Preganglion.
Oh, good
Non-myelinated.
grief. We didn't say heavy or light. We just said that they were myelinated.
Just slightly.
We're not gonna get into the heavy and light, but there it is, light. They're just myelinated. Now get back to the types of fibers. Gosh, it says norepinephrine. What types of fibers were they? Start with A, D,
Ad-
Adrenergic.
adrenergic, yeah. We had adrenergic fibers and adrenergic receptors. Think epinephrine, norepinephrine.